Hello everybody and welcome back to another bee swarm simulator video. Today I'm going to be showing you blue hive tips and tricks and how to build your blue hive. So let's get right on into it. So first let's go on to bees. So you definitely want a gifted basic bee because the times 1.2 pollen is very overpowered. So it just gives you an extra 20% pollen, so you will be making pollen a lot quicker in the long run. You want a gifted bumblebee for the times 1.1 capacity, and also it also drops blue bombs, so that will help you get a lot more pop stars. You want a gifted cool bee because it will give you plus 15% blue pollen. You also want a gifted looker bee for the 25% extra critical power, and also you would want a stubborn bee if you cannot collect all the tokens in time, but I don't think you really need it unless you have 50 hive slots and you don't need to put any more bees in your hive. Then just go ahead for the stubborn bee, but most of the time you don't need it. And then bumblebees, you want between 3 to 5 bumblebees for the passive gathering bubbles, which will spawn some bubbles, and blue bombs will help you, and also plus 50% bubble pollen, so you need at least one gifted. Okay, you also want one bucko bee for the 20% extra blue field capacity, and this bee has good attack, but blue hives are not good for attack, so only get one, don't get more than one because it will be a waste of a hive slot. Now commander bee, you will want the commander bee for the focus and the 3% critical chance, as those both help with your critical hits. And you don't want any of these bees, but you do want one gifted frosty bee for the 30% blue bomb pollen. But if you don't build up bloat, best way to build up bloat is in the strawberry field. If you don't build up bloat, then you should get rid of one of these. If you don't build up bloat, then there's no point of being a blue hive. So 30% bomb pollen may fill your bag too quickly, but for me it doesn't, and you should have about just one. That's it for epics. Now you want one gifted baby bee for the 25% extra loot luck and the baby love. You don't want it, surprisingly don't want it carpenter bee because you don't really need marks in a blue hive, it's only bubbles. In terms of diamond bees, you should have one, but only if you have enough room for it. If you don't have a lot of hive slots, like if you have, like including me, I probably should get rid of it. But if you have 50 hive slots, then go for one for the extra convert rate, which will help with your diamond drain. For music bees, you need 3 music bees, because music bees for the melody token, and 25% pollen from bee gathering. You want between 3 to 5 gifted ninja bees for the haste, which will let you pop more bubbles, and the blue bombs to help you activate a lot more pop stars. And then you want probably 4 buoyant bees, because make sure they're gifted, because for the extra capacity, and the surprise party, because the balloons are quite OP, especially for boosters. They can take some back to your hive. Now for fuzzy bees, I would recommend 3 right now, but 3, and make sure 2 of them are gifted for the pollen haze ability. And then the times 1.1 bomb power is handy, but if it might be bad if your bombs do fill up your bag too fast. you want one precise bee, but only keep the precise bee if it's gifted with a 3% super crit chance. And I am working on getting my precise bee gifted, but beesmas has only just started, so I will do that with my gingerbread bears. And then you don't want any spicy bees because they will spawn no flames. But for tadpole bees, you want 10 to 15 tadpole bees, depending on how many hive slots you have. Again, you should try and get 50 hive slots for a good blue hive, like along with every hive. But yeah, 6 tadpole bees is not very good, but my luck is poo-poo, so. And then, in terms of vector bees, you'd want probably one or two, but I'm gonna go with one. Right now I have 2, but I'm gonna go with 1, because the triangulate's pretty handy. And then, you definitely want a gifted bear bee, the 10% extra pollen, and the bear morphs are just OP, especially if they're gifted, if it's gifted. You definitely want the cobalt bee for the instant blue conversion and the blue pulse. Also, its attack is quite high. Now, you only want to keep a crimson bee if it's gifted, because it will help while you're building bloat in the strawberry field for whenever you're gonna boost. And also the red bomb sync also activates blue bomb sync. Oh, sorry, the red pulse also activates blue pulse. So I would keep it, but only keep it if it's gifted. Then you can change it out for either a tadpole, or probably a tadpole bee. Festive bee you definitely need, because the festive gift is pretty OP with the 100% instant conversion. And you definitely want gummy bee, because it gives you the goo on the field. And goo is just nice to have. And then the 5% honey from pollen is also nice to have. Now, photon bees, I would keep it, but it's up to you. You could probably swap this out for a tadpole bee if you wanted to. Okay, but the beam swarm is pretty decent. And then the puppy bee, only keep this if it's gifted, and even if it is gifted, only keep it if you're trying to level up your hive. So, because other than that, the puppy bee is pretty useless. But the 20% bond from treats is OP. Okay, and then tabby bee. You want to keep tabby bee and make sure it's gifted for the extra critical power. And the scratch is very OP, especially if you have times 1,000 tabby love. It can do like millions, can collect millions. Easily like 20 million on a boost. Yeah, definitely keep tabby bee. Vicious bee is something you'll need but it's a bit, the minus 15% monster respawn time is a bit annoying, because your attack is trash as a blue hive, but it's good to have gifted, because the impale does a lot more damage. And also the blue bomb is good for popstar, activating popstar, but one blue bomb won't make too much of a difference. And also keep it gifted for the attack.